score. Finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
With the puck, tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found another goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome to Championship Night here from the Blickery Activity Center. It's the number 1 overall seed, the Central Cass Squirrels, going up against the number 3 overall seed in the Kindred Vikings. Central Cass trying to make it to the state tournament for the first time since 2012, while the Kindred Vikings are in search of the state tournament for the first time. That's coming up again for the 3rd consecutive season. As we're joined now courtside with head coach Matt Norman, I'm Chase Miller. And Matt, first and foremost, thanks for making the time. Congratulations on getting to this Region 1 championship. What does it mean for you in this program to get here number 1? I know the checklist was win a regular season title, put yourself as a top overall seed. You've done that. You're one more game from where you really want to go. But what does it mean to get here with this version of the Squirrels?
I'm just so happy for the boys. You know, they've put in so much effort in the off season. You know, even since they were little, they've been dreaming of this moment. So to have them here, for us all to be together, play a great competitive game, we're just blessed and we're happy about it.
Yeah, and then you take a look at what this contest is going to provide. Who are some of the matchups that you take a look at from a Kindred point of view that'll give yourself and this team an opportunity to say, all right, we got to limit 1 or 2. Who are those 2 particular players?
I think we have to make sure that we limit Peraza at the rim. He leaps so well, so athletic. Then Osie's a great scorer, good ball skills for somebody as long as he is. You know, and we're going to have to take care of the basketball. We're going to have to make sure, like we had talked before, making sure that we create extra chances for ourselves and limit their second looks. So it's going to be a tough game, and it's going to take a team effort for us to be you know, where we want to be at the end.
If I would have told you that a senior in Sam Coppervig would have shot the ball once, scored 0 points in a semifinal win, and you'd still won. He still impacted the game with block shots, with assists and rebounds. What does Sam games provide throughout this season, even with his ability, as we saw on Tuesday night, Matt, not even to score?
Sam's just selfless. He's willing to do whatever's necessary to make sure that we get where we want to go. And, you know, so it's never through lack of effort. He's not afraid to defer to somebody else if they're scoring well. He'll make sure he distributes the ball. He'll make sure he guards. And it just says a lot about his character as a young man. So we're very, very happy he's wearing, you know, a Squirrels jersey. And so even though he maybe didn't show up in the scoring column, he did in other avenues.
Final thing for you, Matt. This environment, last time as the Region 1 boys basketball tournament as we know it with these teams, how fun is it to play here in Wahpeton with one side sea of red and one side a sea of blue?
It's a blast. It doesn't get much better than this in Class B.
Hey, Matt, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
That again, Matt Norman, head coach for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll take a quick break on our pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach, Brad Whale of Kindred. That is coming up next.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town. We're a community. One that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
As we come back here inside the Blickery Activity Center, we go from the Central Cass bench to now the Kindred Viking bench. And joining us here for the Kindred Vikings head coach, Brad Whale. And Brad, what have you seen from your teams in wins against Maple River and alongside coming back from Sargent County on Tuesday down to Wahpeton that you've liked from the Kindred point of view here over 2 games of basketball?
Well, I kind of liked the resiliency in the semifinal game against Sargent County. You know, young team, down 10 points, called a timeout, regrouped, and they executed very well down the stretch to get the win.
And then going up against Central Cass, the old adage is talking with coaches this year is there's not just one particular player. They can hurt you at any different level, but is there someone that you have to lean on first to try to take them or make them uncomfortable, Brad, from an offensive into your defensive point of view here tonight?
Well, I refer to them as a very basketball-savvy team. They share the ball very well. They know where each other is on the court. I don't know if you can totally concentrate on 1 or 2 guys. It's got to be a total team defensive effort tonight.
And then your 3 seniors that are out there on the court in terms of their jerseys, Cole Campbell, Jeremiah Doctor, Jorgen Swenson. I know Trey Heinrich obviously has been with you guys throughout the entire season too, Brad, but what does the senior class mean to this year's version of the Kindred Vikings for the 2022-23 season?
Well, a lot of great seniors. They've been an integral part of our success the last 3-4 years. I'm very proud of this group, and I wish them well, but hopefully we can continue the season tonight.
Yeah, without question. Final thing for you, Brad. What must you do for 4 quarters of basketball to come out on top and try to get to Bismarck coming up next weekend?
I think 2 things defensively. Number 1 is rebound, and number 2, do not give up any easy baskets in transition. They get out extremely quick. So those are 2 defensive keys we have.
Brad, as always, thanks so much for your time throughout this week, and best of luck here against Central Cass.
Thank you.
That again, Brad Whale, head coach for the Kindred Vikings. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll dive into our player matchup and more here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 16th at the ranch near Hitterdall, Minnesota. 75 of the region's highest quality Red Angus bulls. The sale will be broadcast on DV Auction, and you can request a catalog today. Email gjrangus@feltontel.net or call 701-361-3189. Jacobson Red Angus Annual Bull Sale, Thursday, March 16th. We'll see you at the bull sale. For more information, visit jacobsonredangus.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying those limiting factors. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problem solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
As we continue here, as we take a look at some of the shots from across the high up top here on the Gary Rogers press box here from this Blickery Activity Center. I'm Chase Miller, Bryce Laxdal, Joey Hughes, part of our three-man crew here on this Region 1 championship between the Kindred Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels. Let's take a look at some notes here between these two teams. Earlier this season, Central Cass won by 7 at Kindred on February the 7th. Least amount of points for Kindred Vikings in the game at 44. All season long, there's been 1 of 7 games for Central Cass to play within single digits. That was one of them. Kindred won as a number 3 seed last year in this very venue against the Enderlin Eagles as well. So those are some of the storylines and the notes of Central Cass. It's their first Region 1 championship appearance since 2020. They're trying to make to the state tournament for the 9th time in program history. And for the first time since 2012, well, for the Kindred Vikings, they have 1 state title in their program history just 2 years ago in 2021, defeating Edgeley-Cullum Montpelier 40-34. They have 8 state tournament appearances and looking to make it 3 straight to close out what we know Region 1 basketball as of this very moment. 22 wins last year, 21-4 2 years prior to that here for the Kindred Vikings. We heard from both coaches. Brad Whale of Kindred, 15-7 on the year, while for the Central Cass Squirrels under the guidance of head coach Matt Norman at 22-0. Some other regions going on across the way here in the state of North Dakota. Tonight we also have the Region 2 Boys Basketball Championship featuring the Grafton Spoilers and the Thompson Tommies going on inside the Betty Ingolstead Sioux Center again. That is going on in Grand Forks. Later tonight, Joel Ansello and Kevin Cookman will have the call for you on that one. Region 3 will feature Medina Pingree Buchanan against Ellendale. Region 4, Devils Lake goes up against, North Star goes up against Warwick and Devils Lake, North Dakota. Region 5, the St. Mary's Saints are hosting that one. It's the Garrison Troopers against the Shiloh Skyhawks. Garrison looking to make it to state for the first time since 1993, while Shiloh is going for their 5th consecutive Region 5 title. Region 6, Bishop Bryan looking to go back-to-back. The Lax Burlington is their opponent. The Lakers haven't made state since 1998. Region 7, number 1 seed Bowman County, number 2 seed Beulah, and Region 8 will be Powers Lake Burke Central going up against the Kenmare Bowbells Honkers. And Region 4, again, a couple of notes. North Star last made it in 2014. They're the 5 seed going up against the 6-seeded Warriors of Warwick. The Warwick Warriors state tournament appearances in 1989 and 1996. It's been 27 years for them up in Region 4. So that's a look at other regions across the way of North Dakota. Region 3, again, Jamestown Civic Center, Medina Pingree Buchanan, and Ellendale. MPB has never made it as a co-op. Pingree Buchanan Kensel made it in 06, and Medina made it back in 1981. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, part of our player profile and some of the keys to watch out for in this one between the Squirrels and the Vikings. It's the Region 1 Championship on YourLiveEvent.com.
Take a good look at Hillsboro. You probably know that the people are friendly, and you know about the quality of healthcare available at Sanford Medical Center. Maybe you've been to the Hillsboro Sports Complex to cheer on the Burros. Look at the businesses on Hillsboro's Main Street. The Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation provides financial help to local child care providers, and they're interested in supporting local businesses. For more information, contact the Hillsboro Economic Development Corporation at growhillsborond.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Folks, it's It's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
The Milner Public School District has a long history of academic, artistic, and athletic achievement and is proud of the programs and education environment offered. A fully accredited educational system, Milner Public School District operates 2 separate school buildings, including Sundale Colony School. Over 85%, that's right, 85% of the graduates of Milner High School attend some form of post-secondary educational institution. You can find more information on the Milner Public School District online at milner.k12.nd.us. A
reminder, this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the fine folks and the board of directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. How did these two teams get here? Well, Central Cass had a 69-37 win over the Warbirds of Weidmar-Lidgewood in the quarterfinals. Carter Dakota and Sam Converbig with 17 points each. Then in the semis, Central Cass won by 8 over Hankinson. Holzer and Dakota in 19 points. For the Kindred Vikings, 67-49 over Maple River in the quarters. Presley Peraza with 18 points, 6 rebounds. And the Vikings came back with a 4-point win over Sargent County, 62-58. Jack Davis with 16 points on 7 of 7 shooting from the floor for the Kindred Vikings. Some of the players to watch out for Kindred here in this tournament: Carson Osee with 25 points and 15 rebounds. Jack Davis with 28 points, 12 rebounds here in this tournament. And then also the 8th grader Brooks Bacco off the bench has 15, and Jorgen Swenson with 18 points here for the Kindred Vikings in this tournament. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, Carter Dakota with 36 points. He's got 6 threes between the quarters and the semifinals. Sam Converbig can impact the game a multitude of ways, even without scoring. You also have Cole Holzer, 32 points, 17 rebounds. Don't let a Boer start shooting well, because then the Squirrels become even more impactful. Those are some of the players to watch out for here in this one, and how both teams got to this Region 1 championship. When we come back, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip. It's Central Cass, it's Kindred, it's Rival, and Championship Night in Wahpeton on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Bison Booster Club, an organization that is rooted in their support of the activities within the Milner Public School District and the City of Milner. They pride themselves on their community involvement in local donations to area projects and sponsorships to help make their community a pleasant place to reside. If you have any questions or are interested in becoming a Booster Club member, you can check out the Bison Booster Club on Facebook or talk with any of the existing members. The Bison Booster Club, helping make their community a better place to live.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
As we get ready for this championship game between the Kindred Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels, I'm Chase Miller. He's Bryce Laxdal. Joey Hughes helping us out behind the scenes as well. Before we take a look at the starters, Bryce, what is one key for both a Kindred and Central Cass point of view that they must do well to come out on top in this title game?
If you're Kindred, you have to control the pace. You have to slow the ball game down, pound it inside, be more physical, every cutter. Make sure that every time somebody comes through the lane, they're not getting a clean pass through the lane. You just got to be physical, control the paint. And if you're Castleton, you want to push, get all your guys in, pressure the ball all over the place. I say pressure for Castleton would be huge, and as physical as you can for Kindred and control the pace.
The Kindred Vikings clad in their blue attire with Kindred across the front in white with white numerals. They'll go like this. The 5'9" senior guard Cole Campbell. From there you have Carson Osee, the 6'7", yes, 6'7" here forward here for the Kindred Vikings. Presley Barraza with the monster dunk back on Tuesday night in the semifinals to cap it off. The 6'5" sophomore forward. Jorgen Swenson, the 6-foot senior guard. Swenson again averaging just under 11 points per contest. And Jack Davis playing with the face mask. Davis, the 6'4" junior forward here for the Kindred Vikings. So it's Campbell, Osee, Peraza, Swenson, and Davis. Kindred coached by Brad Well at 15-7 on the season. Here's a note for the Vikings: 1-5 when giving up 60 or more points this year for head coach Brad Whale. Now for the Central Cass Squirrels, 22-0 on the year, trying to make it 23-0 here for Central Cass under the guidance of Matt Norman. They'll roll like this. Carter Verkota, NBSCS recruitment man. He's shooting the lights out here inside this facility. Carter Verkota, the 6'1" junior guard. A part of us seniors, both with 3 seniors respectively on the roster in terms of wearing the uniform. Sam Converbig, 1 of 3 for Central Cass. Mason Bussey, the 6-foot other senior guard here for the Squirrels. Cole Holzer on the inside, the 6'7" junior forward. Yeah, he's 6'7", and he's a lefty to boot. And Eli Boer, the 6'2" junior guard for the Squirrels. Verkota, Converbig, Bussey, Holzer, and Eli Boer. Central Cass, when they give up on the season the most points into this game, 71 against Hankinson. They've only given up 50 points or more 7 times. So to your point, Bryce, I'm really interested in the pace of play that we're going to see. Even though we've seen at spurts at times in this tournament, Kindred can get up and down the floor as well with the best of them.
Absolutely, it's going to be the key is that pace. Can Kindred handle that pressure and slow it down, or is Castleton going to be able to get some steals, get some easy transition looks, and be able to push the scoring up into the 70s?
It's the Vikings, it's the Squirrels. Central Cass in the white, Kindred in the blue, and the 2022 Region 1 Boys Basketball, make it 2023 Region 1 Boys Basketball Tournament is underway. Sam Converbig driving kick, right-hand side to Verkota. Verkota with the basketball, man pressure defense here by the Vikings. Verkota able to give it to Holzer. Holzer's running shot is off the mark.
Great job, force him to his right.
As we'll handle it at the top of the key. Right-hand side goes Swenson. Jorgen to Campbell, and Cole Campbell doesn't need to score a lot, but he is a really good point guard, and I think a true definition here for Brad Whale.
Yep, he does a good job handling the point. Both teams start man-to-man here, some interesting matchups.
As this one going on the interior for Carson Osee, can't get it. One and done for both teams off the window here, back and forth on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Converbig ankle cross, driving kick to Boer. Back to the top of the key, here goes Holzer. Holzer making his way, able to, nice spin move, gets fouled, and going to the free throw line. Peraza will pick up his first, and the team's first here for the Kindred Vikings.
That's 2 possessions in a row that Peraza is guarding Holzer, and he got straight line drives to the hoop. That time he was able to come back to his right shoulder, his strong shoulder, and finish through a little bit of contact and pick up an early foul on Peraza.
Holzer, a 67% free throw shooter, makes the first. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming, now 4 of 9 in this tournament from the free throw line, as Holzer will draw first blood on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way for Holzer, rattles in. Central Cass plays with an early lead. The Squirrels averaging 68 points per game defensively, giving up only 44. Kindred, they're averaging just over 60, while defensively giving up 52. Front court, Campbell, right-hand side to Osee. Bounce pass now right wing to the baseline to Peraza. Peraza, jumper over Holzer, trying to use the backboard off the mark, and a rebound to Carter Verkota. Other side of the floor, here goes Mason Bussey. Finds Converbig, top of the key. Sam, little hesitation to the 10. Nice little pass across the baseline. Good for 2 to Bussey. Good looking start here for Central Cass early in the opening 90 seconds. And I know Brad Wells not going to be happy that Converbig, he, quite frankly, Bryce, could have taken a layup to boot with the pass.
I think the layup was actually a better shot. But yeah, their first 3 possessions, they've got straight line drives to the rim. That's got to be a concern if you're a Viking fan.
Left-hand side, Peraza trying to get the answer. 3 was halfway down, couldn't get it to go, and a rebound to Carter Dakota. And in the backcourt now for the Central Camp Squirrels, here goes Mason Bussey. Bussey at the top of the key, leaves it between the rings to Boer, now to Kavervig. Kavervig here, a little hesitation dribble to Holzer. Little 5-out offense for the Squirrels. Holzer gets his way, and there's another foul, and this is on Peraza. That would spell doom and gloom almost early for the Kindred Vikings, because that would be his second, and it looks to be on Presley.
They're going to have to switch the matchup, at least keep him in the game. I think you can play with 2 still. I think you have to, but you're going to have to switch the matchup.
And Holzer both times really took it at Presley, right, trying to get into a little bit of the chest area, able to spin once or twice, and we'll see what Brad Whale is going to do now as Brooks Bacco, the 6'1 junior, will check in for the aforementioned Peraza, Bacco, the 8th grader here at 6'1" for the Kindred Vikings.
And credit Holzer here. He recognized the matchup, and he went right at Peraza. All 3 times he touched the ball and created some of that contact, and he did a really good job drawing those fouls.
So for the Central Cass Squirrels, 5-0 here, and they're going to get a turnover. And if you're Brad Whale, this is not the start that you wanted here in the opening 2:14.
Yep, you're flirting with the timeout here, I think. If Castleton scores, try to set up a really good play, kind of settle everything down and get those first 2 points. Sometimes those are the toughest points of the game.
Mason Bussey here takes the ball, screen pick and pop action for Holzer. Holzer takes a screen by Boer, a little curl hop through the paint, can't get it to go. Rebound here, well, it's going to be won by the Kindred Vikings, but then taken away by Bussey. High off the glass, no rebound, still tipped. Kavervig is inside the paint. Left-hand side, Holzer. Holzer looks to attack, and there's a steal. Good hands on the way by Ossie, now to Campbell. Back to Ossie in transition off the window, good for 2.
They needed that.
So at the 5:14 mark, Kindred is on the board. Other side, Dakota, block shot coming by the man wearing the face mask and Jack Davis. And then a reaching foul by Holzer. And just like that, Bryce, how the momentum can turn on a switch here in Wapaton.
And we've been talking about Jack Davis all tournament, and he's out here. He's a man after my own heart with the mustache and face mask. He's out here, banging around, scoring around inside. He's a gamer. I like his game.
Yeah, he had a couple of cotton balls up the nostrils the other night on Tuesday. A guy that is, again, definition of a Brad Whale worker here for the Vikings.
Yes, he is.
On the inside, off the window, can't get it to go for Ossie. Rebound, though, by guess who? Davis. Bounce pass across the paint, and Bussey was there here for the Squirrels. But Kindred hasn't allowed Central Cass to really get much in transition early. This is a little late transition shot by Kavervig as he gets closed out by Swenson. The Central Cass faithful want a little foul there.
It's pretty physical on the outside right away. That no one can get any easy looks off the drive. There's kind of a follow through on that shot. The Kavervig kind of got knocked over.
Campbell, bounce pass left hand side goes to Swenson. Jorgen at the free throw line leaves it left wing now to Ossie. Ossie looks for the dribble, pullback, can't get it now to Campbell. Campbell with the shot clock to single digits, goes across by Boer, and there's a foul or a travel. It'll be the foul before the travel here, and this will be on Eli. Eli will pick it up, his first and the team's second. As Bachmeyer and Wiersma will check in now, as Bussey and Boer will check out. Kindred will also make a substitution coming off the bench. Will be Owen Hoyme, the 6'1 junior guard, averaging 4 points per contest for the Vikings. Kindred slinged to inbound with a fresh 35 here as the Vikings up and over on the pass will be to Ossie.
So you can step up and score a little bit with Peraza out. Kindred's going to need somebody else to take over that scoring load.
The Central Cass goes to a little more amoeba zone defense right now, more of that matchup 2-3 zone. Guard the guy in your area. Ball to the top of the key. This would be Davis. Davis sees it there, looking backdoor on the fine jumper on the way. Can't get it to go by Hoyme, and a rebound to Kavervig. But right now, Bryce, the pace of play, I believe, favors the team clad in blue.
I totally agree. After they survived the first couple blows from Castleton, they've really settled down, and they're playing their type of game right now.
Carter Dakota rising, shooting. Three-pointer's going to be off the mark. Rebound with Wiersma. Can't get it to go, and Wiersma's going to get called for the foul. Our officiating crew here in this one, Logan Fingston, Calvin Tumner, and Jeremy Carney are a 3-man officiating crew as Wiersma will pick up the foul. That will be his first and the team's third. Good hustle play, though, for Owen trying to get the loose ball right there. And Kindred, didn't like the opening, 2 minutes and 14 seconds of the game, but you like the next 2 minutes. Now it's just a matter, can you tie or possibly get within one?
Yep, they just need to settle down and get a look that they think is good for them.
Well, this would help. Their leading three-point shooter, Swenson, off the back iron, rebound by Wiersma, and the Squirrels able to make it one and done that time down the floor. Bachmeyer here in the front court. Bachmeyer chase gets to the paint off the window, and there's a foul. It's on 22 or 21. It looks like it might be on Hoyme up with the rafters here inside the Blickery Activity Center from the Gary Rogers press box. Hoyme will pick up his first and the team's third.
And as good as I think that Jack Davis has gotten throughout the year, I think that player for Castleton is Bachmeyer. He's really grown throughout the year. He's improved. He's a confident scorer off the bench. He can bring energy on defense. I think he's done a really good job improving as the years progressed.
Bachmeyer is 60% free throw shooter, misses the first as Kindred will bring Campbell back on the floor. Also Brooks Bacco with them. You have Owen Hoyme on the interior is Carson Osee. And Davis, shots on the first and second, both miss. So from a Central Cass point of view, they've been stuck on 5 here the last couple of minutes. Nice pass across the way to Campbell. This to the tie the game here for Osee. Can't get it to go on a rebound to Holzer. And here's where the Squirrels are dangerous in transition. Mason Bussey, left wing, back up top to Holzer. Holzer at the top of the key, rips it through, takes a couple of dribbles, back in his defender down high off the window, good for two. And Cole Holzer's been the answer for the Squirrels. 5 of the 7 points from Central Cass coming from Holzer. Three-pointer on the way by Brooks Bacco. Can't get it to go, and guess who underneath goes Holzer.
Yeah, he's made his presence felt here early on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively rebounded. He's come ready to play tonight. You look for him to attack again.
Holzer right to left on the drive. Can't get it. Rebound here by Davis, and the Kindred Vikings just looking for another bucket here, as the only bucket is with Osee, and, well, Central Cass are like, hey, there might have been a turnover right there.
It was close. He looked to turn it back. Then he realized he was cross half court.
Left-hand side, Davis posting up on the interior. Now back up top goes Osee. Osee looked to pass, throws it up. Can't get it to go on a board by Holzer. And if you're Central Cass, Bryce, yeah, you're up by 5, but I feel like they got to get up by a little bit more before Peraza comes back in the game with those 2 fouls.
Yeah, this is their chance to go on a little bit of a run. I think if you're Kindred, you need to settle down here and try to get something in the post, something at the rim, maybe a timeout for or even just a call for your favorite set play. That's something easy look inside, because right now they look a little rushed on offense.
Foul will go on Jack Davis, his first and the team's fourth. Neither team by any means shooting the lights out, but what would you expect the second time around between two rivals in a game that was only 51-44 the first time they played?
Yeah, a little more on the line tonight too, a little bit of nerves out there from everybody. I think they'll start to settle down here pretty quick and see some shots start to fall.
Coverbig between the circles to Boer. Now to the left of the key to Bachmeyer. Left-hand side to Bussey. Bussey guarded there by Campbell, doing a good job walling him off. Now to Wiersma. To the top here goes Coverbig, rising, shooting off the front iron, and a rebound here to Osee. Kindred Vikings trying to make it a one-possession contest as Brad Whale calls out the offense here for Kindred, while the student section for the Squirrels are chanting defense. Osee right wing at the free throw line, looks to attack, rises from 12 off the front iron. Davis gets the loose ball on the inside. It's still loose, and Bussey was out of bounds on the baseline here, and it will stay Kindred Viking basketball. Substitution into the contest. Jorgen Swenson will check back in, and here goes Peraza for the Kindred Vikings. If you would tell Bradwell you'd only have 2 points in the opening 7 minutes and a bucket would make it a one-possession game, I think he would take it, Bryce.
He'd definitely take it. That's kind of a Brad Whale type game, I think. He loves the defense. He's a great scout. He's going to know what you run, when you want to run it. I think they just need to settle down, maybe get Peraza a touch, see if he can score inside, and then make sure he doesn't get a charge, and see who's guarding on defense, because right now, when you go back on the defensive end, you want to go right at him the last possession if you're Castleton.
Bacco interior here for the Kindred Vikings. Block shot by Wiersma, but Kindred still handles it. Baseline jumper, Swenson can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound by Peraza.
Go for the last shot if you want to.
Peraza doesn't want that. He wants points, and he buries one inside the paint. The Vikings get it. Yeah, and you mentioned a defense. They won a championship only scoring 40 points. They held EKM to 34 2 years ago, so we know Brad Whale and this team can play these styles of games.
Yep, they thrive in this situation. I'm interested that Peraza's on Coppervig right now. You could clear out and get a straight line drive to the rim. There they had to switch with Hoyme.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Koprovic to the 10, right-handed scoop shot, can't get it to go, and that's how we'll end our first quarter of play on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard on YourLiveEvent.com. The Squirrels are up by 3.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant and is set up to do commercial custom seed cleaning for large seed companies or family farms. They seed Dairyland seed corn, soybeans, and alfalfa alongside Westbred certified spring wheat and public spring wheat seed varieties. At Anderson Seed Farms, they don't sell a product that they wouldn't grow on their own farm. Anderson Seed Farms, located in Foreman. For more information, go online to AndersonSeedFarms.com. That's AndersonSeedFarms.com.
As we take a look at the Central Cass student section here, speaking of red, the Red River Valley Fair's coming at you in West Fargo, July 7th through the 16th. Grandstand entertainment includes Dan and Shay, Shinedown, Jelly Roll, Leonard Skinner, and Flow Rider. Oh, how July feels so warm here inside the Blickery Activity Center. Get your tickets in advance and save money at the door by going to RedRiverValleyFair.com. That again is RedRiverValleyFair.com. I'm Chase Miller. He's Bryce Laxdal. Joey Hughes, part of our three-man weave. That was my favorite drill to run in basketball. Didn't have to worry about defense, particularly. Interior left-hand side, three-pointer on the way off the front rim. No good by Davis. Rebound to Bussey. I tell you what, Kindred hasn't allowed Central Cass to really get out and run in this game yet, Bryce, in the opening 8 minutes. Well, speaking of get out and run, that was just a little leak out there for Dakota with his first bucket.
But no, they haven't done a great job of limiting that, and they've been very physical on defense, and it's tough to score against a set defense.
Cole Campbell in the front court here, ankle cross. The story of the game, while the opening 90 seconds, 2 fouls on Presley Peraza. Kindred's wondering where can they get some offense cooking right now. Swenson rises, 15-footer, got it to go. And if Swenson can get going, that can really open the floor for the Vikings.
You know, as good as defensive as Kindred's been, Castleton's been probably just as good or better. They've done a great job of making every shot that Kindred's taken contested and in a tough shot. And they've made a couple test shots, but they haven't made them all.
Bussey jumper from the left baseline, unable to get it. Then we'll have a reach and foul on Dakota or Maggio on the inside. This one will be on Carter Dakota, his first in the team's fourth. So after 8 minutes and change of play here, Bryce says we're at 9. What has stood out to you from either point of view so far in this first half of basketball?
I think it's being the guard play up top is super physical. I think that benefits it benefits Kindred defensively, and I think that Castleton's half-court defense has been absolutely fantastic, and the shots that they're willing to give up is exactly what their scout, I would imagine, would be. So I think both teams' defense has been great.
Ball will go hard here for the Kindred Vikings. Teardrop runner by Davis. No rebound by Cole Holzer, and Cole is making an early case for a double-double and our Enbridge Energy player of the game here for the Central Cass Squirrels.
I think they should go back to him up top and just let him attack. He was really doing a nice job.
For Dakota from the right baseline, he has his 7th three-pointer of the tournament here, and we saw Dakota get going in the first quarter, both in the quarters and the semis. He's starting to heat up now in the second quarter.
I think he said he might be a Wildcat in the future. He doesn't even have to switch colors down here. He'll blend right in.
Right-hand side, Stu Ingen. I'm not saying you should look, but I'm saying you should look. Left-hand side baseline, nice turnaround by Presley Peraza on the interior. That step down and able to finish with either hand there for Presley. You're not stopping that move.
No, and that's, I think, a look they need to keep going back to, and especially that interior presence, that they have the advantage.
Holzer backdoor on the cut to Bachmeyer. Leaves it back to Dakota now, guarded by Campbell. Dakota spins. Campbell trying to wall him off again defensively to Koprovic. Sam at the top of the key calls out the offense here with the shot clock nearing single digits. Koprovic looking for the slip to Maggio, nothing there. Holzer posting up on the inside, guarded by Davis. Nice bounce pass across the way to Maggio off the window. Can't get it to go. Holzer with the tip, though. Power dribble across the world. Good for 2.
Great finish. Got him back to his left. Couple tip passes up to himself to get that offensive rebound. He's really dominating this game right now.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. Visit iBankNorth.com. It's the Region 1 Championship, 14-8, Central Cass.
Bank of North Dakota wants you to be confident when it's time to make student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident to calculate the maximum amount of student loan debt that is recommended based on your career choice. You can also learn how to apply for financial aid and get tips to cut education expenses. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident today.
Time on the floor brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. Their perfect sync for your busy life with their online and banking and mobile app store. Member FDIC and proud supporters of their communities. What is the message for Brad Wells as we take a look inside there for the timeout here, Bryce?
Maybe get a quick look down here, but I think that was more about defense. Maybe sending somebody early at Holzer, double team, something like that. I think he's really dominating this game, and I think they need to figure out a way to slow him down a little bit.
Kindred right now right-hand side to Brooks Bacco as they give it to Presley Peraza. Top of the key, Swenson. This would help. 3 on the way off the back tab. No, but second chance opportunity. OC slips it left wing open. Davis left wing 3. That's going to be long. A board though underneath by Swenson. Can the third time be the charm? OC with a teardrop runner. Can't get it to go. And a board by Eli Boer.
A lot of shots from the outside. I just don't think that's their game. I think that they have an advantage inside. They should establish something down low.
Sam Kovervik driving kick to Bachmeyer. Chase gets by his man high, but can't finish at the rim, and neither team are shooting the world on fire, but Bachmeyer gets a steal. Oh, what a spin! Left-handed shot, and Bachmeyer might have made the move so far of the Region 1 championship.
Great defense. He's just a pest up top, and he's really impacted this game on the Kindred guard play.
16-8, Central Cass on the verge of trying to get up by double digits, but Swenson says not so fast, my friend. He's got 4.
Made a couple nice pull-up jumpers from about 15 feet.
This one might be first one to 40 kind of wins. It kind of feels like a rock fight a little bit here inside the Blickery Activity Center.
It definitely does. It has that feel.
Cole Holzer, right-hand side out of Bachmeyer. Chase trying to take a couple dribble spins. Now to Holzer on the baseline. Holzer trying to back his defender down on the interior, hanging, shooting. Holzer, no. Rebound by Peraza gets tipped in the hands of Bacco, and now the Vikings want to run to Davis. Davis around Kovervik, no. Rebound on the inside. Swenson throws it up on a foul on the floor. This will be with Eli Boer. Be Eli's second, the team's 5th. Speaking of rock picking, I've heard enough from my family members who are a little bit older than me who have picked rock during their day in the fields, and my Uncle Guy's in the Rock Picking Hall of Fame, Bryce. So we made him a rock and says Rock Picking Hall of Fame. I'm sure a lot of people out there, farm kids, feel like they're in the Rock Picking Hall of Fame too along the way.
That's a Hall of Fame I'll be glad to stay out of.
Kindred will handle the basketball here to Brooks Bacco. Right-hand side now to Davis. Leaves it left wing on the baseline. Line trying to reverse it left-hand side. Here it goes to Bacco. Jumper from 15. Can't find the bottom of the rim. Rebound to Cole Holzer. The Squirrels trying to get to state for the first time since 2012. The Vikings trying to earn a three-peat here in Region 1. Bachmeyer, baseline, three-pointer. Can't get the shooter's roll, but right in the hands of guess who? Dakota on the inside for 2.
Dakota's really stepped up the score in the second quarter.
7 points for Dakota. He's got 7 of the 11 in the quarter. And there's the nice move down the other end of the floor. I thought Peraza was going to finish with a 2-hand dunk, but Holzer got his left hand up there and able to finish around it, Bryce. Still a really good-looking move.
Right away, it did look like he was going to dunk it, but he made a nice adjustment when he saw Holzer up in the air there.
Holzer, shovel pass on the interior to Wiersma, and I tell you what, the way that Holzer is able to bang on the inside, he's able to get inside the paint. You have 2-3 jerseys that are looking at him. Those backdoor cuts on the baseline are open, and Wiersma is just the next one to run it here for Central Cass.
Yeah, and that's the problem when you send. If you want to send help, you got to send it early, because if you send it when he's that low into the paint, he's just going to hit those cutters for layups.
Swenson picks up the foul, his first, team's 5th. But even though we're saying here goes the Squirrels, here goes the team in white, it's still only a 2-possession game, and Kindred is just one run away from either tying or possibly taking the lead before the half as Wiersma misses both free throw attempts.
Good foul, no layups in a game like this. Make them earn everything.
Kindred right now in the front court. Where can they go offensively? They're led by Presley Peraza with 6, 4 with Swenson, but who can be that third musketeer or third Viking, if you will, to get going offensively? Carson OC bounce pass to Davis. Davis gives it on the inside, and Kovervik got caught with his hand and the body just enough on the cutting Brooks Bacco. Sam's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first and the team's 6th.
Yeah, Davis has kind of been that guy earlier in this tournament, but with that mask on, he's fidgeting with it. I just don't think he's comfortable wearing that. They need somebody else to step up and knock down some shots here.
How hard is it to play with a mask in basketball?
I've never had to wear one, but I couldn't imagine it'd be, something you're not used to like that. You're sweating, it's moving all over the place. It would just be super uncomfortable.
Ball goes on the baseline here to OC. OC back to the right-hand side to Baco. Nice looking cut on the interior to Presley. Peraza off the window over Holzer, and that's been a fun back-and-forth battle to go.
That's where they need to go. They need to keep working the ball inside and give him touches down there.
Presley now with 8 of the 14 points of the Kindred Vikings on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Slip pass by Holzer, but he traveled beforehand in a turnover for Central Cass. And across the way, a sea of blue on the near side. It's a sea of red that we have before we get to the half. This is what region tournaments in Class B are all about.
Yeah, that's fun. Half of the crowd loved that call, the other half hated it, and that's what makes basketball fun and what makes this Class B atmosphere that's why everybody loves it so much.
Every one of these two teams here will be moving up to Class A next season, but here's a two-handed flush by Carson Ossie. Get up, young man. Ossie now with 4 and a timeout on the floor. The Kindred Vikings, a little bit of a run right now. They've scored an 8-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes of play. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North on your live events.
The Benedictine Living Community in Ada is currently hiring for the following positions: Director of Nursing, full-time exempt position. CNA, full and part-time, need not be certified to apply, will train you. Resident Assistant, full-time assisted living position, and RN LPN charge nurse, full-time days and overnights. For more information, log on to blcada.org/jobs or call 218-784-5500. Consider a career with the Benedictine Living Community in Ada.
Timeout brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North, member FDIC. Visit ibanknorth.com and check out one of their locations and branches coming at you tomorrow and throughout the early part of next week. Sam Kovervik takes the ball screen here with Wiersma left-hand side. That'll go now to Mason Bussey. Bussey with it, looks to rise from 15. Thought better of it now to Holzer. Holzer, they spread him out. Holzer, nice bounce pass across the paint to Wiersma, who gets the shooter's roll.
Yeah, you got to send that double someplace else because he's finding that slip every time.
Three-pointer by Swenson's off the mark, and Holzer's working on that double-double. Wiersma is open the other end of the floor, looking for back-to-back buckets. Can't get it, and off the right hand of Kovervik. Central Cass, you can't complain either. We've seen the Squirrels play games like this earlier this season, Bryce, when they played the Thompson Tommies. They 48 to about 37 ball game earlier this year in Thompson. So we've seen them play like this. It's just Kindred has definitely controlled the pace of play, which is one of the keys that you brought up. If it can be this kind of game, it will definitely keep the Vikings in it throughout.
Yeah, but it's definitely a game that is an advantage to them. That's a game that they're comfortable playing. It's not that Castleton can't play this type. It's just that it's the type of pace that gives Kindred a better chance to win. They're not going to be that high-scoring team.
Sam Kovervik bounce pass across the baseline here. This will go to Mason Pussy. Tough turnaround jumper, can't get it to go. Wiersma then trying to handle it, and did they get the timeout, or do we got the jump? The arrow will favor Central Cass. Matt Norman rises about a foot off the ground trying to get that jump in the coach's box.
That's a big jump ball or timeout. Either way, they can get the last possession, and guarantee themselves a chance to have the lead, going into halftime. The worst thing that happens is you're up 4.
As Kovervik will inbound the basketball, and Bussey will see this one go into the backcourt. Kindred does have a foul to give, mind you, as well. So if they get beat, you can, get that foul and reset your defense.
I think they'll go get a clear out, go right to Holzer, let him go at Davis here. See if he can create like he has this entire first half.
Top of the key is Mason Bussey. Bussey here at the Wildcat emblem now with 10 seconds. Bussey takes a ball screen. They go underneath it. Bussey looking for Holzer. Here's the matchup with Davis, top of the key. Holzer, bounce pass. Here goes Bussey. Block shot on the way by Davis. Rebound by Holzer. Another block shot. They get the shot off. Good if it goes.
Oh my gosh. That looked good.
Almost made it. How about the flurry of defensive plays here in this Region 1 championship? It's the 1 seed Central Cass 20, the 3 seed Kindred Vikings 16. It's a meat grinder tonight in Wahpeton on yourliveevent.com.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a 4-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
first week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Growers, here at Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, we are your water management contractors. We can help you with tile drainage plans, surface drainage plans, or both. Remember, water management is a lifetime investment. Call Chad at 701-430-0182 to get your water problems solved. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. 701-430-0182, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the sportsman club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Columbia Grain International has 14 grain elevator locations across the state of North Dakota, including our location in Oaks. With the goal in mind of getting producers unloaded and back on the road as soon as possible, each location features unbiased inspections for quality determination and expert local knowledge. We work closely with our truck and rail partners and strive to move products safely and efficiently from farm to market. Columbia Grain International, committed to cultivating growth with innovative ingredients that nourish life from our local farmers to the world.
At the half, it's a Central Cass Squirrels 20-16 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage, sharing their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. A reminder, the broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. I'm Chase Miller. He's Bryce Laxdell. Joey Hughes behind the scenes. Bryce, opening 16 minutes of play, not the flurry of scoring that we've seen in other games, but when you get to win and you go to state, particularly the last State B basketball tournament, you know how Kindred values possessions. The one thing I've been most impressed with this season for Brad Well, it's different faces, different characters, so to speak, than their back-to-back. Well, for Central Cass, everybody pegged them to be here to start the season, and when you have that pressure and you go 22-0 to get here, their storylines many, and it's really played out in the opening 16 minutes.
Yeah, it's been a battle, physical battle. Both teams have played great defense, made some really tremendous defensive plays, and then, like you kind of talked about, that there's been a little bit of finishing problems both ways around the hoop, but I just think that's because of how physical it is and how hard it is to finish, and that's a tribute to both of these teams' defenses.
Without question, I mean, 4 points in the first quarter for Kindred, 12 points in the second. Central Cass was 7 in the opening 8 minutes and 13 points in the second. The Kindred Vikings, 3 players in the scoring column, 0 threes, and they've yet to shoot a free throw. They're led by 8 with Peraza, 4 by Swenson, and 4 by Osi, while Central Cass, 5 players in the scoring column. They've been to the line 8 times, but the problem is they've only made 3 of them. They have 1 3-pointer led by 7 with Holzer, 7 with Carter Verkota, 2 then by Wiersma, 2 by Bussey, and 2 by Bachmeyer here. So when we take a look at the first half numbers in this one, Bryce, both talked about rebounds. Well, that's at a 0 because it's 19 apiece. There's 1 assist for Kindred. There's 3 for Central Cass. Turnovers, only 2 for the Squirrels, only 3 for the Vikings. So there's not maybe one particular thing that you can point to say, here's why Central Cass is maybe up by 4 too terribly much when you take a look at the stats, which is not surprising in a 4-point contest right now.
Yeah, and Holzer's got 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. I think they got to keep going to him, let him create. He's doing a really good job. Of right now, the first quarter he was scoring. The second quarter he was He was handing out assists, and they were just an unbelievable defensive, stop away at the end from really grabbing that momentum going into halftime. So I think that offense has to go through Holzer right now if you're Central Cass, and if you're Kindred, I think you're smiling at halftime right now because you've played this first half exactly to plan. You come out right now the second half, Peraza can be a little bit more aggressive again. Now he's only got 2 fouls, and you just try to establish something down low. I think that's where they have an advantage, and they need to use it. Try to get to the free throw line. Score inside first. If you feel comfortable, see the ball go through the hoop a couple times, and you can knock down those shots from the outside.
Central Cass leads it by 4. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, let you know of other scores that are going on across the way. A little update from the Super 8 tournament going in Fargo, and also some stories, particularly one time when Brad Whale jumped in a pool with a suit on and mined it from a couple of years ago, and there is good reason why he did that. That and more is still to come on our halftime show on YourLiveEvent.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136. Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
The dedicated staff at Weimar Auto provides service and repair on cars, tractors, and trucks. In addition to auto and truck service, Weimar Auto is a CarQuest auto parts dealer. Plus, check out their selection of Alto's lawnmowers or bring your Alto's lawnmower for service. Weimar Auto is also a fast sprayer dealer as they carry and sell sprayer parts and storage tanks. For shop hours specials or CarQuest auto products, go online to WeimarAuto.com. Weimar Auto, located at 500 Highway 13 West in Weimar.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Your local Castleton agents, Scott Kramer and Tyler Wasleen, wish the Squirrels the best of luck this postseason.
When it comes to farming, Green Iron Equipment is a slam dunk.
Our sales team will give you a one-on-one experience when looking for a new piece of machinery.
Our service department will guard your equipment against breakdowns and keep you running the entire season.
Use Green Iron Equipment to assist you with your data in the John Deere Operations Center.
We've got all the right parts to beat the competition.
Good luck to all teams from Green Iron Equipment.
As we continue on our halftime show, some cool stories. Just taking a look back, Bryce, in like the last decade or so of the State B Boys basketball tournament. The Milner Bison and the Busman brothers in 2013 made it to state, won the state championship. The Trenton Tigers that year were like a team of 7 or 8 players made it to the semis. I'm a Carter Kretschmann still giving Rugby Panther fans nightmares from his three-pointers from the parking lot in the Alaris Center in 2014. Brad Heidelball then came back the next season with that Rugby Panther team in 2015 to win it. HCV with barn burners in the Minot State Dome in the back and the Bismarck Event Center. Thanks a Henningsgard or two along the way for the Burros. Thompson, they only made it to state once in program history coming into tonight. They won it in 2019. And then a Kindred, here's the jumping in the pool story. So Kindred wins. They go to the Grand where everyone's staying in Minot. And the entire team immediately comes back and hops in the pool. And they are chanting everyone's name, including head coach Brad Well, who comes in with the suit on. You got Matt Crane jumping in, anybody and everybody. And then the cool thing, Bryce, about the story, though, is they chant Trinity. They chant Four Winds Milwaukee, and they're chanting Bronson Walzer to have a cannonball that was the true definition, I think, of B-boys basketball a couple years ago. When Kindred won, they wanted everybody to join the fun in the Grand a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what makes that Class B tournament so special, that's you want to win, you want to compete, but then afterwards, everybody's ready to celebrate together.
As we get ready for the final 16 minutes of regulation here in Class B Region 1 boys basketball on YourLiveEvent.com. Who's going to punch their ticket to Bismarck coming up on Thursday? Vikings will start with the basketball. Campbell up top here to OC. Back to a cutting Swenson, 12-footer. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped by Davis and unable to grab it. Presley Peraza also part of the starting five on the floor here for the Vikings. For the Central Kansas Squirrels, Bussey, Dakota, Boer, Holzer, and Coverbig, their original starting five for head coach Matt Norman. Holzer, power dribble, can't get it to go. Rebound here, Holzer trying to throw it off the shin of Davis, and he does. And that's the adjustment after Presley Peraza picked up those 2 fouls. Jack Davis has had to kind of hold on to that man here in the last couple of minutes.
And he's missed a couple ones point blank, but they keep going back to him, and sooner or later he's really going to make him pay because he's getting some great looks, and that. I do the same thing. They're just going to keep going to him, and they need to.
Holzer, nice step through, able to finish for 2. Cole Holzer, how do you do? The man's got 9 here for the Central Kansas Squirrels. He leads the floor. Dakota has 7. Other side of the floor here for Kindred, 8 points by Peraza. Swenson has 4, and OC with 4 as well. Left wing, here goes Davis. Davis tries to rip it through. It's still loose, and Holzer gets the poke-away steal.
They have that post option right there. I think they need to dump it down low every once in a while.
Boer, deep 3 on the way. Almost got it off the backboard. Chases an own shot and follows it in a fresh 35. Eli left wing. Looks for a teammate here, finds Coverbig. Coverbig, ankle cross, left to right, banging his way inside. Looks for a little shovel pass to Bussey. Oh, what a find, and oh, what a cut.
I need a timeout here if you're Kindred.
Mason Bussey now with 4. It's an 8-point contest, 24-16. It's never been higher than this point spread right now. One time it was just for a moment in the second quarter at 16-8, but that's it. Other side of the floor, Presley Peraza right on Holzer to the 10 and on cue for the Vikings.
Yep, that's the sort of offense and the takes they need to get every time down there, and they're there.
Mason Bussey finds it to Vergoda, and there's going to be a foul. This will either be on Campbell or Swenson, and you just hope the ankle roll there with Mason Bussey looks to be all right, as we do have a foul on the floor, and this one looks to be on Jorgen Swenson. That'll be his second, the team's first of the second half. So Bachmeyer will check in for Mason. Cole Campbell will check out here for the Kindred Vikings as Brooks Bacco, the 8th grader, will check in. 15 points, 10 rebounds in 2 games for Brooks in this tournament, but is yet to score here this evening. Left wing.
A great tournament for just an 8th grader.
That's scary to think for Class A in future years. Yeah. Right-hand side, Bachmeyer splash it in for the baseline. Bachmeyer with his first 3-pointer of the tournament, and that's a large one, up by 9. Central Kansas can smell blood in the water right now. Where do the Kindred Vikings go to answer? Well, it's been this dude, Peraza, left-hand side on the baseline here. There's the pass by Bacco, right wing, OC3. Can't get it to go on a board by Holzer. Central Kansas in transition, and there's the foul with Swenson, and Jorgen will pick up his second in the last 60 seconds.
Not a bad foul. Stop that transition. Castleton had a clear advantage, and right now if you're Kindred, every basket counts, and you want to make them earn it.
Hoyme will check into the contest here for Jorgen Swenson. And if you're Central Kansas right now, they've outscored the Vikings 7-2 so far here early in the third quarter on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Eli Boer to the baseline to Coverbig. Coverbig looks to spin on the inside. Tough shot, got it to go for Sam Coverbig. His first field goal here of the contest. He was held scoreless on Tuesday, held scoreless for the first 2 quarters here this evening, but he gets on the board now. Other side is Brooks Bacco. Bounce pass across the way, and we'll have a foul here on Central Kansas. This foul will come across here on the Squirrels. This will be on Bachmeyer, his first and the team's first of the second half. But another bucket for Central Kansas. Bradwell might be forced to call a timeout here to stop this run, and this is the best the Squirrels have played, Bryce, throughout this contest.
There's definitely a momentum swing going on right here. That's a huge basket. Kindred really needed that. Now there's a timeout right there.
And there's a timeout with Bradwell. He could smell it. OC now has 6, but a timeout on the floor brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. Central Kansas leads it by 9.
If your car or farm equipment has a chip or scratch in the windshield, contact Hope Glass today. Whether it's removal and install on a combine to enhancing a 1967 Ford Classic, Hope Glass takes care of everything from chip repair, mobile glass, and custom cut glass. Say hi to Chris or Jack today by stopping up by Hope Glass in Hope, North Dakota, or call Chris at 701-866-8299 or dial up Jack at 314-566-7995 at Hope Glass.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Timeouts brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. For your busy life, use their mobile app today. You can visit ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, and proud supporters of their communities. Thompson, well, they lead Grafton at the half, up at the Betty Ingolstead Sioux Center right now. As very similar kind of a score with Thompson over the Grafton Spoilers. Tommy's trying to make it there for the second time in program history.
Right back to Holzer here and let him just do his thing.
Oh, there's a lot of attention now on Holzer. Holzer able to spin out of a double team, gets fouled, or is this an offensive? Nope, they're going to say it's a walk here for Cole Holzer. But what's the one thing if you're Kindred here, Bryce? Because as much as, you don't want Cole to get the ball, do you front him? Do you try to hedge out on him? How do you try to limit his touches in terms of what he's doing in the paint?
I think you just got to try to totally deny him at this point because he's really hurting you. He's getting that touchdown low, and when he's 6'7" like that, even when you send the double in, your guys that are doubling are, under 6'7", which just about everybody is. He can pass that ball across the block for a wide open layup, and he's unselfish that way. And I mean, really, he's been the offense. It's just been facilitated right through him, and I'd keep going back to him till they figure out a way to stop it.
Hoyme with the travel on the other end for the Kindred Vikings. Central Cass here with Dakota. Leaves it left-hand side to Bachmeyer. Chase reverse pivots and leaves it back up top to Dakota. Carter here looking for that two-man game with Holzer. There's the pass, and there's the clear out. Holzer spins into a double team. Nice slip to Wiersma. Extra pass to Bachmeyer, but Kindred able to get back well defensively. Chase to the baseline. Bussey here from the left short corner. Bachmeyer with two. Got to get the shot off, and there's going to be a foul as the shot clock went. The Kindred Viking fans are not going to like this, and Bradwell might be asking if there was a shot clock violation beforehand, but there's the foul with Brooks Bacco. That's a tough one because Kindred about played that as perfect as you could, Bryce, in the front court there.
They did a really good job of getting that double there on time and making Holzer turn to his weak shoulder, and then they did a great job Xing out defensively. They played about 34 and a half seconds of great defense.
As Kovervig to inbound with a fresh 35. Gives it to Eli here. Back to Kovervig. Sam at the left wing takes the ball screen here. Kovervig, they go underneath the screen. He'll shoot the three off the back tab. No. Rebound here to Jack Davis, and a rare opportunity for Kindred to get out in transition. As they do, they'll handle it with Hoyme. Shot, no. Rebound, Hoyme. Bounce pass left-hand side, and an errant pass. It almost gets thrown away, and it is. Here goes Kovervig. Kovervig hard down the paint, and there's a block shot, but a foul here with Brooks. Bacco will pick up his second, the team's fourth, and Sam Kovervig goes to the stripe to shoot the pair.
And then right now, he's getting his rest right now. If you're Kindred, you're thinking, here's a chance. We need to go on a little bit of run. They had a chance right there. Kovervig comes right back down, and he's a pretty good free throw shooter. I expect him to knock these down, but
Kovervig
I jinxed him.
Misses the first. Welcome to the announcers, jinx. But by the way, I don't believe it. We're here to say stats. We're here to talk about notes. We're here to talk about the game. And everyone goes, yeah, talk to Jim Nance on Thanksgiving and say when someone's 9-9 from the free throw line, clank, they miss one. But, Bryce, that could be your first of many.
Yeah.
Free throw opportunity is good by Kovervig, but here's the situation right now. Kindred is down by 10 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. The largest deficit of the game is 11. Can the Vikings answer? They've answered a lot with Peraza so far here throughout the game. Peraza, nice pass across the way to Campbell. Campbell high off the window gets fouled, and two free throws have come in here for the Vikings.
And Kindred needed that. They only have 4 points here the second half.
Foul will be the second of this half. The foul, though, will be on Eli Boer, and that smells trouble for Matt Norman. That's his third. And Central Cass, as we've seen throughout the year, playing with an 8-man rotation. They give a lot of guys 4 or 5 minutes to get some run in and then take a couple minutes off and keep rotating them in, as Cole Campbell, a 57% free throw shooter, misses the first.
Yeah, out of everybody in the region, they're probably the team that could handle someone in foul trouble the best.
Second free throw attempt here by Campbell to make it a 9-point deficit. Able to hit that one to go. So far in this half, 10 points for the Squirrels, just 5 for the Kindred Vikings, as Kabervig brings it in the front court. Sam guarded there here by Carson. OC man pressure defense continues by Kindred. Bussey back to Sam. Kabervig, top of the key, looks for Dakota. Dakota with it, little hesitation, uses up that dribble, looks for a cutting teammate, finds Kabervig here between the rings. Kabervig on the baseline, back to Dakota. Dakota hard inside the paint, 10-footer is going to be short. Rebound on the way here to OC. We've seen Kindred's defense really pick up here in the last couple minutes of the quarter. In transition goes Peraza across the paint to Davis, and a turnover.
We've had a couple chances in transition. They just haven't taken advantage of it.
Bussey right-hand side with the basketball, and we'll have a timeout here with Matt Norman. We'll break as well on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Central Cass leads it by 9.
Have you adjusted your crop insurance policy to reflect the increase in commodity prices and input costs? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We want to partner with you to provide you a comprehensive policy structure to protect your farm's revenue and preserve your equity. Give us a call today to set up a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent prior to March 15th. For contact information, please visit our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, 30-21 from the Gary Rogers press box here in Wapaton, North Dakota. I'm Chase Miller, Bryce Laxstall, and also Joey Hughes with you here. Still to come, the all-region team, the Senior Athlete Coach of the Year. We will have that presentation on the court for you here on EuroLiveEvent.com, and we'll hear from the winning particular players and head coach as well on our post-game show, so make sure you stay tuned for that here on EuroLiveEvent.com. 30-21 after the timeout for Central Cass. Still have 3 timeouts remaining. It's the same for Brad Whale and the Kindred Vikings. They have 3 remaining. But for Central Cass right now, it just kind of felt like it in the first half, and you feel like it a little bit here in the second half. Can they push the Kindred Vikings over the hill, or can Kindred keep making stops as Kabervig works his way on the inside and gets to travel? You just feel like Central Cass had a chance to kind of just push Kindred away and say, we're going to take control of this game, but the Vikings just keep coming at you, Bryce.
No, they're so close to breaking this one open. I think these next 2 minutes right here are really going to tell the tale of this game. You know, whoever can go on a little run and carry that momentum in the fourth quarter, I think is going to have a really good advantage in this game.
As OC and Campbell right now in the backcourt here for Kindred, bringing in the front. Carson looks for Campbell. Bachmeyer on the guard, back to the top here to Baco. Left-hand side to Davis. On the flex cut comes Campbell, and there's an offensive charge. Bachmeyer side coming enough. I think Brad Wells saying it might have been a little bit of a flop in there, but he was ready for it for Bachmeyer. That's an offensive charge on Campbell.
He leaned back into him and
enough there to get Chase off his rocker, right? And I know Brad's not going to be happy about that particular one, because now Kindred only has one more foul to give before it's the bonus.
Yep.
Bachmeyer to the 10 off the window, and Chase Bachmeyer. How about those 2 possessions here defensively and offensively?
He's been the difference maker tonight. And kind of like we touched on earlier, this tournament and this year, he's really improved. And he just comes out in his little spark plug, right? And he's taking charges. He knows his role, knocked down the open 3, and he's just all over the floor defensively. And you can give him credit for, Kindred not be able to get their offense set up and get in any flow, because he's all over the ball handlers the whole way up the court, and he's doing it without fouling.
Braza picks up his 3rd. That's the team's 6th. Bachmeyer 0 for 3 from the free throw line. See, there's a good announcer's jinx. You say he's 0 for 3 and he makes one, Bryce.
There you go.
6 points, though, for Bachmeyer. Yeah, you hit it right on the head here, Bryce, how he's been able to impact the game of what he's doing right now. Like a sticky bandit from home alone. He just can't get away from him.
That's been the difference, him up top on Baco. And it's really disrupted that flow of the offense.
Swenson, top of the key, missed it. Left iron rebound to Holzer, working on that double-double performance. Holzer's been held in check for the most part here in this third quarter. Only 2 points and 5 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. And right now, where does the touch come here for Cole? They're going to set a little horns look here. Bachmeyer left wing. Chase able to spin. Left-handed shot off the window. No rebound to Davis, and the Kindred Vikings want to run in transition. OC left wing.
Get 2 for 1 here if you want it and you run it right.
Baco top of the key. Stop, pop, 10-footer, and he got it to go.
They'll get it now.
Baco, with his first field goal of the contest, cuts it down to a single-digit game. Least amount of points this season for Kindred, while against Central Cass nearly a month ago to the date, 44 in Kindred. I'm not sure the way they've been playing defense that Kindred might get to 44 tonight.
They're not getting to 44 unless it goes to about 3 overtimes.
As right now, Kavervig slowing it up here, trying to window that clock to as much as he can. Kavervig doesn't take the screen, goes down the paint, left-handed layup. Oh, what a move by the senior. Kavervig with 5 up the other end of the floor. Here goes Peraza around a swirl. Peraza with 4 with 3 to the tin. Block shot here by Holzer, and that's how we'll end this third quarter of play. On our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, the Central Cass Squirrels up by 10, going to the final 8 minutes of this Region 1 Boys Basketball Championship.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Abuse can affect anyone, and each person's experience is different. Abuse is about power and control, and it is not always black and blue. A loving relationship should not be threatening, accusing, isolating, or include violence of any kind. The Abuse Resource Network provides services to start living the life you deserve. For more information, visit abuseresourcenetwork.org.
The Central Cass Squirrel faithful getting on their feet. They can smell it. They're currently 8 minutes away from getting to their first state tournament appearance since 2012. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, can they close out what we know Region 1 Class B boys basketball on a three-peat? There is work to do, but there's still time for Kindred. Right-hand side goes Kavervig. Kavervig skips it. Eli Boer. This would hurt. 3 on the way. Rattles out and a rebound here to Brooks Baco.
Nice set play out of the quarter break by Norman.
Jack Davis with the basketball getting hounded by a double team, and this will be out of play and towards the Central Cass Squirrels. So a turnover here for Kindred. Davis went perfect in their win against Sargent County, went 7 for 7 from the floor, but right now, no one's really gotten in rhythm outside of Peraza here for Kindred against this Central Cass defense. And Davis gets called for the foul, and will have bonus moving forward.
Yeah, I credit Castleton's guard play up top. They have dominated the flow of Kindred getting in any sort of offense, and now they're in bonus.
So the bonus opportunity here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Central Cass taking a look at recent years, 19-4, 17-5, 16-8. They've been there, done that. They just haven't made it to state. Well, Kindred 22-3 last season, finishing state runner-up, 21-4 the year prior to that, finishing as a state champ. And Holzer unable to make the free throw. You just kind of feel like Kindred, how many more lives is Central Cass going to give them before it bites them? Well, this would hurt. 3!
Big
and
shot
just
there.
like that, Kindred's right back in it.
Big shot.
First 3 of the contest for the Vikings comes at the 7:16 mark of the fourth quarter.
You got to be careful with this pressure up top not to get another foul, and they're in the bonus. They get a turnover. They got to take advantage.
Swenson high, and there's an offensive charge. Kavervig draws the charge on Swenson. And Jorgen picks up his 4th. Well, if you were Copperbig, you were going to grow some roots and force the official to make a call. You saw Swenson coming down with a barrel full of steam, and give credit to Sam there, Bryce, to not pull the Matador and go Olay and take that contact coming in.
He did what he needed to do. He got back in defense. He knew they had the advantage, and he took that charge.
Well, Kindred, that three-pointer definitely lifted their spirits and their fan base here. Where does Central Cass go now with Copperbig in the front court? Shot clock down to 15 against this Vikings defense.
Holds her that touch.
They're really face guarding or trying to as much with Davis.
Yep.
There goes Copperbig. They go underneath the screen. 3 on the way! And there's the senior who delivers in the fourth quarter.
Defensive stop, and then he comes back and knocks down the 3. That's a huge play by him.
Right-hand side, Swenson, 3, and here comes the offense. Swenson with the triple.
It's getting loud in here now. Let's go.
You could tell that both Matt Norman and Brad Witt wondering who should maybe call the timeout here to limit each particular run. Defense coming here for the Vikings. Copperbig close to an over and back. Instead, it's a turnover. Swenson up the floor. This will go to OC. Able to save it to Jorgen off the knee. As the officials will talk and say who was it off of last, off of Bussey or Swenson. That's off the right knee of Swenson.
Might be a timeout here by Norman. I think he wants to settle things down, get a touch. Saw him say something to the official.
Right now a 7-point lead for Central Cass, and Carter Dakota trying to avoid the press, trying to bring it in the front court, and Matt Norman wants that timeout. Coach Matt Norman will ask Mr. Carney, one of our officials, here to take the timeout, and it's granted. Timeouts throughout the Region 1 tournament brought to you in part by Bank North, member FDIC. Visit banknorth.com for a location near you. We're back after this in Wahpeton.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good citizens from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful and innovative opportunities for our students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbonpublicschools.com.
Maple Valley Parents is a nonprofit organization whose main purpose is to promote, encourage, and support the Maple Valley students, teachers, and staff. MVP strives to strengthen and enhance the educational and social environment of the Maple Valley School District by providing opportunities for students, teachers, and parents to learn, socialize, communicate, and grow together. MVP Group welcomes anyone to join them in their mission. If you'd like to get involved or see upcoming events, check out the Maple Valley Parents Facebook page.
One thing as we come back here and see the Central Cass bench, but before we continue here, would like to thank all of our sponsors. Number one, any sponsor that you see, whether it's commercials to logos to you name it, please patronize them and thank them. Without them, we would not be here today. Boer, three-pointer off the mark, rebound gets tipped out, and one here for Carson Osee.
Norman's really trying to get Burr going. He's round that play twice out of timeouts here.
Top of the key now, this would be Osee to Campbell. Cole Campbell, where does he go? Left wing back to Osee. A bucket here for the Vikings are making a two-possession game. Campbell looking for Davis, right-hand side. Back to Osee. Osee trying to spin on Copperbig, does, and there's a foul. Was it in the act or was it on the ground? And I think they're going to get it on the ground on Copperbig, and Sam's going to pick up his second, the team's third. So Swenson quickly will check back in for Campbell, and Bachmeyer will come back into the game for Bussey here for Central Cass.
I think Bachmeyer's earned these minutes down the stretch here. He's really played a nice game.
As Kindred with a fresh 35 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, slated to inbound the basketball. Right-hand side, here comes the double. Now to Osee. Osee right wing looking for someone here as he gives it now to Baco. Brooks to the paint, leaves it, and there's a foul here, a little touch foul here on Central Cass. As this one will come across, and there's Bachmeyer. His second in the team's fourth, so now foul starting to mount a little bit for Central Cass. Kindred to inbound, as they do, back up top to Osee. Osee trying to back down Bachmeyer, now to Davis. A little zone here, Bachmeyer look for the steal. Swenson, jumper, baseline, tough shot, can't get it to go. Rebound here off of Davis's hands in the midst of Holzer. And now it just feels like, Bryce, it takes 30 seconds to get a shot off at particular times.
Yep.
Here in this fourth quarter with how well both teams are playing defensively. Holzer doesn't want that much time. He wants to get to the 10 and does. Holzer has scored in every quarter now in double digits with 11. Swenson answer three. Can't get it. Rebound. Put back. Peraza. Yes.
Timeout. Yep.
Timeout on the floor here for head coach Brad Well, and we'll see what they draw up after the timeout with 4:19. Timeouts brought to you in part by Bank North here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Mindeck Market is located in the J.C. Penney wing in the West Acres Mall in Fargo with over 4,000 square feet of localness. Get ready for the Easter season and Mother's Day weekend with local products from North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota. From chippers, chocolates, jellies, and more, you can find it all at Mindeck Market. Stop by the store to build your own gift packs or check out their website at mindeckmarket.com. That's mindeckmarket.com to shop and order online.
The Skol chant was going on across the way here for the Kindred Viking faithful as we come back here with 4:19 left in the fourth quarter. Still to come, we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, final numbers, the award ceremony presentation, and more. But still a lot of basketball, and off the timeout here, getting inadvertently poked in the eye, looks to be OC as he has to come back and get back into play some defense here as Holzer spins into a double team, and there's going to be an offensive foul here on Holzer. Cole Holzer's going to pick up the offensive foul here. That's going to be his second and the team's fifth. Was it on the spin and a little bit extension,
I
Bryce?
think he got his elbow up a little bit on the spin. He does put it up there when he does a spin, but you know, I honestly think that's a good spin move. There's nothing wrong with a little hook. Old man basketball, you can hook every once in a while.
And you got to look at OC right now as the officials are making sure he's all right. Might have just got inadvertently poked in the eye, and that's always one where you just got to regain your sight, regain a little bit. That eye is continuing to water right now as Campbell will check out and Swenson will come back in. Little offense type of a play there, Bryce.
Yep, little offense, defense from Whale.
So after the timeout by Bradwell, he'll have two remaining. The same for Matt Norman. The next jump ball favors the team clad in blue in Kindred. Vikings, top of the key here to the aforementioned OC. OC drives, double team comes, leave it to Swenson, top of the key. Peraza, college range three, got it! Presley Peraza from the top of the key, and the Vikings are back within four. They get the steal on the inside by Baco. He gets tied up with it, Bussy out of play, and the Vikings almost snatched a gifted 2 points there for Kindred.
They have had a ton of opportunities in transition, and when they're pressuring here, you want to pressure and try to get those turnovers. You just want to make sure you don't pressure and foul because Castleton's in the bonus here.
Central Cast 22-0 on the season. The Kindred Vikings at 15-7, trying to go for the three-peat here in Wahpeton.
To send that double here. There it is.
There's the double. Holzer backdoor on the fine. Almost get the steal. Bussy, top of the key, Kovervig.
Try to get Holzer a touch again, I think. That seems to be the tail of this game.
Kovervig, clear out right now for him on Campbell. Kovervig looks to spin on the baseline, gets the shot blocked by Campbell. OC with the ball right back, and the Kindred Vikings a bucket to make it a one-possession contest. Ball to the top of the key to OC. OC looks for a teammate with Baco. Right-hand side, Peraza. Peraza already hit a three just moments ago, works on the interior, block shot on the other side for Holzer.
He's played a great game, both ends of the court.
That has been a fun matchup from start to finish so far, as this will be back to Kovervig, and now the Squirrels will see how selective they'll be with up by 4 at the 2:30 mark here in this fourth quarter. Bussy near sideline goes Kovervig, looks for the nice backdoor pine on the pick by Bussy, and he's out of bounds and a turnover here for the Squirrels. Central Cass might want to foul in that situation, but when you're on the end line there, a nice play with Bussy kind of faking like he was going to come out Bryce and go down because there's no help on that play. The pass by Sam just led him just enough to underneath of the rim.
I think you keep running that UCLA cut off of the Holzer screen. That's always going to be there because they're going to have to send help on Holzer. That's a good call. They just didn't execute it.
This will be to Baco, top of the key. Baco had his pocket picked by Verkota, and then there's a foul. And Verkota will go to the free throw line for the last 1-and-1 of the contest here for Central Cass. Baco will pick up his third, and the team's ninth. That's an 8th grader against a junior, and the elder statesman won that battle.
Yep, that's been the story of this game, has been Castleton's ability to pressure the Kindred guards up top and not let them get a flow of any offense.
Free throw opportunity again on the way for Dakota, a 65% free throw shooter. He has yet to shoot a free throw in this tournament. First of the 1-1 for Dakota. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Kindred, and again, like a cat with 9 lives, they're just hanging around.
They've had so many opportunities here. I think maybe take a timeout.
Timeout here on the floor with Bradwell. Will break with him. 2:03 left to play on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. It's the Region 1 Championship on your live events.
At Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy with highly skilled therapists who live in your community. Mobility Plus looks to minimize your pain and maximize mobility that quickly allows you to live the quality of life you desire. Your mobility is our top priority. To find a location near you or for more information, go online to mobilityplus.biz. That's mobilityplus.biz.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
Chase Miller, Bryce Laxdell, Joey Hughes. We were just talking off air after the timeout by Bradwell. They have 1 remaining. I asked Bryce off air, what would you do if you're Bradwell? So Bryce, put the analyst hat on. Put your Tony Romo hat on. Where are you going here?
Well, when they needed that bucket on against Sargent County, they ran that backdoor play to Peraza. I think a Peraza touch here is something they might be looking for. We'll see what they come up with.
Baco interior here. Here goes OC. OC from the right. Block got it to go for 2. Nice, really good job by OC sealing his defender, and it was 1-on-1 from there on the baseline.
Nice finish over the top.
Kindred back within 2. Boer answer 3. Eli missed it. Rebound on the inside goes to Carson, and it's a double team here, and the Vikings able to hold on to it and
They gotta get it across half court here.
Look now, here's an extra second. Good catch there by the coach. I didn't even look at that. Here goes OC, a chance to tie for Kindred or take the lead. Right-hand side goes to Baco. Brooks inside the paint. Brooks driving, kick the lead for Swenson. Off the mark, rebound to Holzer. Holzer outlet pass to Eli Boer. Right down Main Street, right-handed layup for 2. Eli's first field goal of the game, and how about the dart by Holzer?
Yeah, that was a great pass and good run out by Burr. Nice finish.
Peraza with under 60 seconds left to play in the contest.
Get the 2 for 1 here.
With it now is going to be OC muscling his way, and that's an offensive charge. Carson OC will pick up the charge, and how about Sam Covervig not once but twice in this quarter, Bryce, taking the charge in the paint.
And that one definitely was a charge. Great senior leadership, and that just shows you the different ways that you can affect and impact a game, and it doesn't have to always be scoring.
So a 4-point contest here for Central Cass. Any fouls by Kindred will put Central Cass into the double bonus.
Probably look for a timeout here once it gets across half court or anytime they get in trouble.
Covervig finds it to Boer on the inside. Layup for 2. Eli Boer trying to be the closer. It's still a 2-possession game. Kindred needs a bucket. Right-hand side to OC. OC, does he take the screen? They hedge out on it. Looking for it to Davis on the interior. Ball's on the baseline, and it will be Kindred basketball. So you don't need a 3, but you need something quickly and at the rim if you're not going to get the triple here, Bryce.
Exactly. The key there is quick. You take the first good shot you can get. You got 1 timeout left.
Central Cass with 2, Kindred with 1. This one on the interior, jumper on the way, got it to go, and there's a timeout with Bradwell. So Carson OC now in double digits with 10. He scored in every quarter with 23 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. We'll take a short pause with him. It's the Region 1 Championship on your live event.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of All Out late models on June 28th, World of All Out sprint cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NLRA late model special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
So Brad Whale calls his final Bank North timeout here on YourLiveEvent.com. The possession arrow does favor Kindred, Bryce. So if you can get a steal and get your hand on a tie-up here, that's got to be the message if you're Brad Whale. And the second thing is also no timeouts, and you got to go if K Central Cass does anything from a free throw line or get a quick bucket if they break the press.
Yeah, you got to go right away. And the big thing for Castleton is if Kindred puts the ball in the hoop and there's less than 5 seconds left, you don't have to throw the ball in bounds. You can just let the time run out. That's going to be a big factor here at the end is that there's no timeouts left.
Kovervik trying to get it in before a 5 count does to Holzer here. They're trying to get the steal, and there it is. Campbell, right-hand side, this to Bacco. Bacco down the paint, lost it off of Kovervik. The clock, though, down to 16, so some time just come up. But if you're Kindred, you're going, how many more of those can we get without finishing with a field goal?
So many chances.
Matt Norman wants to take the timeout. We will keep it here with 16 seconds left to play in regulation. 42-38, a timeout by Matt Norman. This will be his second to last, so he's got one remaining. And I feel like it's the same situation, Bryce. Kindred, they don't need a 3. It just needs to be something quick yet again.
Yeah, if you're Brad in this timeout, you're really trying to plan 3 steps ahead here because you don't have that ability to take the timeout. So you're saying you're drawing up your inbounds play right now. Okay, then you're telling them it's got to be the quick shot that we can get, the best quick first shot we can get. Then you're telling you got to follow the inbounder right away. And then down at the other end, you're setting up the play you want after a potential free throw. So you gotta be handling a lot of possible situations in one timeout.
Down by 4 is Kindred. They did what they needed to do. They got the steal. Now it's just a matter about how can they finish to get it to a one-possession game and then foul or look for another steal if that's the case. OC to inbound on the baseline. Swenson able to come through across the way. They got it for 2 to Brooks Bacco. It's a 2-point game for Coda in the front court, and there's the foul. So it goes to 9 seconds, so 16-9. Took 7 seconds for that action, but if Verkota misses 1, it's a 1-possession game for Kindred with a chance to possibly tie. If Verkota makes both, that might put the game away with 9 seconds.
Both would be tough because it takes about 4 seconds to go the length of the court. You don't have any timeouts left. You can let the rest of the game just expire with the ball sitting there. I think if he makes them both, this one's probably iced. But like we talked about, he had missed the 1-and-1 before. So I think Kindred talked about what play they wanted to run before in the timeout. So crunch time now will be an exciting ending.
Jorgen Swenson, the senior, fouls out with 7. He's also their best 3-point shooter. That's large. Verkota, though, misses the free throw attempt.
The most important part here is the rebound. I've seen so many teams give up the offensive rebound here. You have to get the rebound first.
Second for Verkota to make it a 3-point game. Got it. No timeout. They're going to let it play. Kindred doesn't have a timeout to play. They got to go in 9 seconds. Here they handle it. This is with Bacco. Bacco getting his way to the paint. Left-handed layup. Can't get it to go. Boer with the rebound, and there's a foul. And that might do it with 2 seconds left. All that Eli needs is 1 free throw to put this game on ice. You like the attack by Brooks, but in that situation, Brad Whale talking with him right now in a coaching moment, probably saying, hey, really good look in terms of downhill, but you have to understand you need a 3-pointer, Bryce, in that situation.
100%. That's a good learning experience. It comes at a tough time, but I guarantee it'll never happen to him again.
Eli Boer to the free throw line to shoot 2. Needs 1 here for Central Cass to put the game away. And he missed. There's still a heartbeat here for Kindred. 2 seconds left. You don't have much more than a rebound, pass, a dribble, and you got to shoot 1 from maybe about half court if you're the Vikings. Eli, second one. Got it!
Yeah.
Central Cass with a free throw. And they're going to take this game 44-40 for the first time since 2012. Paint the town red and the region red. The Squirrels are heading to the state tournament.
Congratulations, Castleton.
44-40. Central Cass is able to earn the victory here tonight, and the Squirrels bookend the Region 1 girls and boys basketball tournaments as Travis Lamar puts Matt Norman 6 feet in the air with the biggest bear hug I've ever seen across the way. Central Cass remains unbeaten and more than likely and should be the number 1 seed heading to the state tournament next week. Tip of the cap to Bradwell, tip of the cap to the Kindred Vikings. They will finish their season 15-8. Seniors Cole Campbell, seniors Jeremiah Doctor, and seniors Jorgen Swenson will play their final game in the Kindred Blue.
Hats off to them, and if Travis Lamar ever hugged me like that, my life would flash before my eyes, I tell you what.
Travis has got to be very happy with that one. Still to come on our post-game show is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Contest. We'll also get to the All-Tournament Team, the Senior Athlete of the Year, Coach of the Year, and more. And also we'll hear from some of the particulars in this one as we'll get you set. Bryce, just what were some of your thoughts of this really scrapper? Central Cass got up early. They were up by 8, up by 11, up by 12, but Kindred kept coming and coming and coming. Maybe some missed opportunities in that fourth quarter hurt the Vikings down the stretch, but I give credit to both sides on a really good region championship game.
Yeah, I think Kindred did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to win. I thought Castleton made more plays down the end, down the end and towards the stretch of the game. But yeah, if you're Kindred, obviously you're going to look back and you're going to think those missed chances. You're always going to think, what if? But hats off to Castleton. They did a nice job. They won a game that Kindred, went the way that the pace of the game that Kindred wanted to play. They did enough to make plays at the end, and that's a sign of a really good team.
Let's go to our public dress announcer for some of the postseason accolades here in Wahpeton.
We'd like to begin the awards ceremony. First, we'll present the all-region team, followed by 2 individual awards, and lastly, the team trophies from the championship game. Presenting the awards are the boys basketball chairs, Kindred AD Matthew Crane and Enderlin AD Calvin Kraft. The 15-member all-region team is selected by the Region 1 coaches, and here they are. From Oak Grove, Riley Bakagard. How fast do you want me to go? From Enderlin, Carson Bartholomew. From Sargent County, Gavin Christensen. From Oak Grove, Trey Hatfield. From Hankinson, Cruz Hernandez. From Central Cass, Cole Holzer. From Central Cass, Sam Cobervig. From Sargent County, Luke Martinson. From Northern Cass, Landon Moser. From Kindred, Carson Osee. From Kindred, Presley Peraza. From Richland, Mason Storbakken. From Central Cass, Carter Dakota. From Sargent County, Fletcher Wilprecht. From Sargent County, Josh Wittich. We will have a moment for group pictures of the all-region team.
That again is the all-region team here on YourLiveEvent.com as we take a look at some of the final numbers in this one. 42% shooting for Central Cass, 36% shooting for the Kindred Vikings. Double-double by Cole Holzer with 11 points and 15 rebounds. That was really the story. Well, for the Kindred Vikings, they had 15 points here for Presley Peraza, 10 on the way for Carson Ossie. Kindred shot 3 of 15 from beyond the arc, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Central Cass 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, and 7 of 18 from the charity stripe here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Rebounds, well, Kindred won by 1, 30-29. 10 turnovers for Kindred, 9 on the way here for Central Cass. 8 points apiece for Carter Dakota and Sam Kovervig here. Kovervig on 3 of 6 shooting from the floor. And then 7 points here for Jorgen Swenson, 2 of 5 shooting from beyond the arc. But again, 11 points, 15 rebounds. That was really the difference maker here for Cole Holzer as the players are taking their photos across the way here. With their all-region team still to come as the Senior Athlete of the Year and Coach of the Year as well here in Region 1
Next
Boys
is
Basketball.
The Region 1 Individual Awards, Coach of the Year and the Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year. First, as selected by fellow Region 1 coaches, the Region 1 Boys Basketball Coach of the Year from Sargent County, Ryan Weber. Congratulations, Ryan. As selected by the Region 1 coaches, the Region 1 22-23 Senior Athlete of the Year for boys basketball is Trey Hatfield from Oak Grove. Now we would like to present the trophies to the Region 1 championship teams. Would representatives from each of the teams please come out and accept the trophy when your team is called. The second place team, the Kindred Vikings. And the Region 1 champions, the Central Cass Squirrels.
Again, that is your awards ceremony here on YourLiveEvent.com. Still to come here, we'll get to the postseason opportunity to speak with the coaches and players here in this one following their team photo. And then we'll also get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Contest as well. We'll take a quick pause. We'll come back. We'll get a little step closer to hearing some post-game ceremonies here. And also, we'll get ready for our RDK Enterprises and Enbridge Energy Player of the Contest. That and more still to come on your live event.
Planning season for farmers, a time when your mind is on your fields. But the shorter days doesn't mean there's less work to be done. At Sis van der Haaf, we know that lower temps won't cool your passion for production. We're continually striving to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis van der Haaf, a passion that grows.
Hi, this is Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. We have an excellent auction featuring 425 acres of great cropland located in Cass County, North Dakota. The Nelson Family Cropland Auction will take place at the Governor's Inn, Castleton, North Dakota, starting at 3 p.m. on March 14th. This will be a live and online auction. High-quality cropland near Arthur, North Dakota rarely hits the open market. Don't miss this sale. For questions, Call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
As we come back here on the floor on yourliveevent.com, as we get to see some of the particulars here in this one, as the Central Cass Squirrels again are your Region 1 champs here on yourliveevent.com, as we're going to pan in as we have the cameras coming in through here and have an opportunity to see them on the floor with the championship here in the Central Cass Squirrels 44-40 in their team photo. Bryce Laxdell, your thoughts on Central Cass going 23-0 and winning a Region 1 championship for the first time since 2012?
I think they got a really good chance to be in the number 1 seed, and I think there's a really good chance they're playing for a state championship on Saturday night. They're the complete team. They can score 1 through 8 that come off the bench. They play relentless defense, and that's the one thing that's going to transition to wherever you're playing, and no matter who you're playing. So, in my opinion, they're probably the favorite down there. And looking at some, scores from around the state from tonight that are coming in, I think they're definitely the team to beat.
So we know this: if they're the 1 seed, which we all think they are because they're the only unbeaten team left in the state, they would play at 6:30 on Thursday night against a random draw opponent. Bryce, what are some other scores that you can kind of pass along the way here that we kind of have coming in here in Region 2? I know Region 6 been a barn burner with Delax, Burlington, and Bishop Bryan.
So Warwick beat North Star in Region 4, 56-52.
Wow.
Yeah, Delax.
96 was the last time the Warriors were there.
So they're back. That'll be a huge following for them. Delax Burlington right now is beating Bishop Bryan, the number 3 team in the state, by 4 with 2 minutes left in overtime. Powers Lake is up 71-57 with 2 minutes left. So it looks like they're going to go. Beulah's beat Bowman County. Thompson beat Grafton Central Cass over Kindred. Shiloh over Garrison, and Medina Pingree Buchanan upset number 8 Ellendale 57-56. So there's going to be seeding's going to be interesting because there's a lot of upsets and there's a lot of teams that are kind of unknowns that are going to be down there. So
Thompson, Medina Pingree Buchanan, Warwick for the first time since 1996, as we're seeing Matt Norman right now, hearing some of these scores coming in as well. Delax Burlington, Bishop Bryan again in overtime, as we're going to be joined right now by the head coach, Matt Norman. Matt, we got myself, Bryce Laxdell, up here. First and foremost, congratulations on this one. What did it take in a gutty performance to be held to 40 points, which is your least amount on the season, but you hold Kindred again to their least amount in the season in 40. Talk about this 32-minute basketball game.
Just a lot of heart tonight out of both teams, honestly. Not our typical night offensively. We really struggled to get into rhythm. I think there was a lot of nerves there, and to Coach Whale and Kindred's credit, they did such a great job trying to take away the things that we try to do best. And so I couldn't be more proud of our guys, their heart, their grit, their determination in a hard-fought battle tonight, and we were able to come out on top. So we're excited for them.
Matt, talk a little bit about Cole Holzer and how he controlled the game on both ends and just how he impacted the game tonight.
Cole had a little bit of a slow start to a couple different games in this region tournament. Obviously did a great job for us, but he really stepped up tonight and wanted to be that guy that dictated what we did, both offensively and then especially clearing the glass. He did such a great job limiting some of their second chances, contesting some of their shots, just changing their looks at the rim. And so super proud of him. We really challenged him to get going right away, and he did. Got Peraza in foul trouble quick. And that was huge. That's just him being a smart ball player, and I'm proud of him.
And there's 2 guards that I like to talk about. First, Chase Bachmeyer off the bench, and Bryce Laxdell said he was the X factor, whether he scored or not. The way that he played defense here tonight, Matt, really made it difficult for Kindred to get into any offensive rhythm.
Like most times, Coach Laxdell is right. Chase is huge for us. He's just an absolute energy machine. He just honestly just plays with so much passion, and he's willing to do anything. He's going to get on the floor for every 50-50 ball. We know we can count on him to speed up the other team's guards, and he's just such a great kid.
And then for Sam Covervig to take those 2 charges in the 4th quarter when maybe he was teetering to the blue team, what did that say about a heady senior to say, you know what, let's put the body on the line and see where the ball drops?
That's unreal. We talked before the game. He doesn't always show up in the scoring column for us, but it's just his head on his shoulders. He's a basketball guy. He's an absolute gym rat, but to have the wherewithal to make sure that you rotate in a tight moment like that, it absolutely changed the outcome of the game. And so, my hat's off to him. I couldn't be more proud of him either.
Final thing for you, Matt, to finally go through the region to get to 23-0, to know that you're going to Bismarck, to have another week with this team. What does it officially mean now? I asked you in pregame, but what does it mean now knowing that you got another couple of practices and games with this version of the Squirrels?
It's unbelievable. Creating these memories with these kids are things that I'll cherish forever. It's just so much fun to be around them. And the fact that we get to be competitive and play a fantastic game every day, it makes it even better. But their character, their attitude, their effort is just unbelievable. So I'm blessed and I'm happy.
Matt, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck next week coming up in Bismarck. And we hope you're the #1 seed with what you put throughout this season, because you guys for surely deserved it.
I appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Coach, good luck down there and enjoy it. It goes by fast.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you both.
That again, head coach for the Central Cass Squirrels, Matt Norman, joined us as we see some of the opportunity here with some of the other players getting some fist pumps and some handshakes and some hugs along the way. We'll still be joined by some of the seniors coming up here in a moment, as Joey Hughes kind of working his way to try to talk with some of the seniors, as he'll have to get through the party and grab one or two of them and bring them across the way here into center court as this one kind of goes. Chase Miller, Bryce Laxdell with you here in this one. Bryce, Senior Athlete of the Year quickly goes to Trayton Hattenfield. Coach of the Year goes to Ryan Weber. I think very both deserving in terms of what both provided this season for their respective teams.
No, I think both did a really good job. Hatfield's ability to score and just how he carried that Oak Grove team this year, they're really going to miss him next year. And then Weber, like we kind of talked about before, 20 wins for him. And he just did a fantastic job at Sargent County.
Joining us now, one of the seniors here, that is Owen Wiersma. Owen, Chase Miller, Bryce Laxdell up here high in the rafters. Congratulations on the win. What does it mean to get to state here for your senior season for Central Cass and this basketball team?
It's been a crazy year my senior year, you know, going to state in football. Although we finished second, it was a crazy experience, and then now we're going to state in basketball. It's crazy. It's so emotional, but couldn't ask for a better group of people to do it with.
Oh, and do you guys think you can kind of build off of that experience you gained at the state football championship to carry over to state basketball? Maybe you can help lead, from your experience that you gained in that football state tournament.
Yeah, definitely. Since I've been there before, I can kind of like calm the nerves of everybody else, and then just like tell people that it's just another game, and we just got to get through each game at a time and make our way up to the championship.
How about Cole Holzer? Double-double in this game. What was working from him, getting him the ball, and how did he impact the game defensively here?
Yeah, Cole's a great player. We need to keep feeding him inside, and he's very tall and lanky. If he can just like shoot over everybody, he'll be scoring all night.
What's working well in Castleton? You guys able to bookend the region with girls and boys, able to get it to state? Owen, what's working in Castleton right now for this squad?
Everybody's just getting along. And, if we're all playing good with each other and trusting each other, that goes a long way.
Hey, Owen, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck next week moving forward, and best of luck at MSUM coming up in the fall for football.
Thank you.
That again, Owen Wiersma with us here on our post-game report, as we'll continue to hear from a couple other players coming in a moment, as everyone wants the selfies, they want the photos, they want the opportunity to be with one another here across the way. Bryce, at the end of the day, we were talking about Ryan Weber and Trayton Hattenfield. But for this Central Cass team to do what they did, to go 23-0, it's very tough at any level of basketball to do it. But for them to go 23-0, how about the consistency of this program to do that? What does it say from a coach's point of view and from a competitor point of view, from you being one that's been on the opposite side here this season?
Yeah, it just means that they brought it every single night. They on the road, wherever you're playing, they played some really big, tough shootout games. They just brought it every night.
As we're joined now by another senior in Mason Bussey. Mason, congratulations on the win in this one. What was it like playing in this environment? What was it like playing on the floor once the opening tip got up, when you had a sea of blue and a sea in red here in Wahpeton?
Unbelievable. I mean, it was so fun. The atmosphere was insane. Those last free throws, I couldn't hear myself think. It was crazy. And we sat here and watched this last year, and I knew I wanted a beer, I wanted a taste, and we got it. That was awesome.
How about the play of Chase Bachmeyer coming off the bench defensively, hitting that big three as well? What can you say about his role on the team and what he provided here tonight?
Chase is a hard worker. He works me in practice every day. Us being the 2 point guards, and when he came in for me, when I was tired, I needed a little break, and he came in and hit that three. That was awesome. He's such a good player, hard worker, all the time.
Mason, talk a little bit about sitting here last year, watching that game and knowing you guys weren't playing in it, and how that motivated you throughout the summer, to the fall, and now throughout this entire basketball season.
It motivated me because, I mean, that's That's the second time back-to-back that Kindred knocked us out of the region tournament, and then watching them win. I mean, they're a great team, and congrats to them on winning that state championship and then getting second the next year. But I wanted to beat them so bad, so this feels great.
And then to do it on your senior season, I know I've asked you seniors before just what are the traits, but what did it take to win a game against the Warbirds, to hold off a very scrappy Pirate team on Tuesday night, and to come ever so close with Kindred down the wire to hold them off? What did it take this week, Mason, here in Wahpeton?
Hustling after every play, playing tough defense. That's how we win games. That 7-footer from Weimar Lidgerwood, tough. Hankinson, they shot the lights out this tournament. Unbelievable team. And then Kindred they played us so well, guarded us so well, played a tough game, and we just had to work through it and get to the end.
Final thing for you, Mason. How sweet does this sound? Central Cass is going to state for boys basketball for the first time since 2012.
The best thing I've heard since I was born. The best thing.
I love it. Mason, congratulations and best of luck next week in the capital city.
Thank you.
And again, Mason Bussey here. And Bryce, those are the things that we love here across the way, is just the certain things and best things that they've been born. You got to love it, right?
That's awesome. That's just pure enjoyment coming from that young man, and I'm happy for him and excited to watch him to continue to compete next week.
And the guy with the hardware right now making his way onto the court with us, got the headset on, that is Sam Kovervig as we see him coming through. Sam, why don't you just take a step or two forward because we got the backlight on right there. There you go with the scores table. Congratulations, Sam. What is it like holding that trophy, being a Region 1 champ in your senior season?
Oh my gosh, Chase, it's just unreal. Words just can't even describe just the hard work that we've all put in and just the off season, and I don't want to, man, it's just unbelievable.
Sam, talk a little bit about what was going through your head when you took those 2 charges in the fourth quarter, because those are huge momentum swings for your team, and it just how they impacted the game without you putting the ball in the hoop, which you didn't have to do.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, I wasn't scoring the ball super well, but if you can't score, you got to find something else to do, and I found defense, and those charges were pretty big, but it wasn't just me. I'm pretty sure everyone just locked down and played defense, and that's what got us this game. Like, holding Kindred to 40 points, like, that's hard. Coach Whale does a great job over there with all his players, and just a great program.
Yeah, a season-low 40 points here for the Kindred Vikings. What was it like to score in this game, Sam? Because it just felt like neither team really got a rhythm. It always felt like you were going uphill, so to speak, against 2 really good defenses. So you mentioned defense and taking those charges, but what was it like trying to scrap and claw for 32 minutes here against Kindred?
Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, they're just a great team, and in a region championship, that's what you kind of have to do if you're not going to be able to score the ball very well, is just scratch and claw and find ways to score or get even more possessions to even get the chance to score.
So I asked Mason the same question to finish it off, and I'll ask it with you. How sweet does this sound, Sam, to be a region champ and head to state for the first time since 2012? What are your thoughts?
Oh, it's just unbelievable. It's amazing. It's everything I ever dreamed and hoped for.
Hey, Sam, congratulations. Best of luck when you make your way down I-94 next week coming up in Bismarck.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Luck down there.
Sam Kovervig again here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As this has just been one of those days here, and we're going to have Joey do an opportunity here to maybe get one more player. We've talked with Cole Holzer. Joey, let's get Chase Bachmeyer if we can. Let's try to talk with Chase Bachmeyer if we can here one time here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Try to grab Chase Bachmeyer here for us as well. But Bryce, the elation, and I think the fact that at least short term for all these region champs, as we know it, it's the final version of the B. I think it makes it a little more sweeter for the teams that end up going to Bismarck here coming up on Thursday.
Absolutely. It's going to be a blast out there. There's going to be a lot of nostalgia for all the old coaches that are out there. We sit down and talk to everybody, and it's just going to be a little bit different, going to the Class A state tournament and the Class B state tournament, just because that camaraderie, you're not going to be able to meet up, the second weekend in March and just talk about the seasons and talk about your year and catch up with all these people. So I think those 8 teams are really going to enjoy next week down in Bismarck, and I think they're going to have a great turnout down there just because of the teams that are all down there, and I just think it's going to be an awesome atmosphere.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens and what the seed lines are going to be. Again, we expect Central Cass to be the #1 overall seed, and they would play at 6:30 then on Thursday if that is the case against a random draw in the bottom half of that bracket. Joining us now is the man that Bryce Laxdal up in the booth here. I'm Chase Miller. Chase Bachmeyer joining us now. Chase, First and foremost, congratulations on the win. What was it like defensively in this game, and what was your role throughout this 32-minute basketball game to make it difficult from a Kindred point of view to get in their rhythm and offensively here, Chase?
It was really intense. I mean, they're a good team. They came out strong and stuff, but we knew that we had to work our tail off and harass them and pressure them to win the game, and that's what we did, and we came out on top.
Talk a little bit about your role and how you try to impact games, whether it's defensively and offensively, and the way you were able to contribute tonight, and I just thought you were a spark plug for this team.
Thank you. So, when I come out, I like to work as hard as I can. I'm not much of a scorer, but defensively, I just love to help these guys out, play as hard as I can, pressure them, and it helps our starters who they're good at scoring. So I mean, that's how we do.
What have you learned from the backcourt of Mason Bussey, Sam Kobervik, some of the seniors here? What have you kind of learned from them throughout, just not this season, but years in this program here, Chase?
They've taught me really how to be calm with the ball, and they're just always there pushing us, wanting us to be our best. And I think that with them, I've started to work harder. I've been doing more things outside of just practice, hitting the gym, and I think they really influenced me in doing stuff like that.
So talking with the seniors on senior day after they beat Sargent County, they said this is great. This is what B basketball was in Castleton. Sellout crowd, standing room only. Now that you're going to the B at the last version of what we know as the B, Chase, how sweet is it for you and this team to get to Bismarck coming up on Thursday?
Oh, it feels amazing. I mean, we worked so hard all year, and we came up on top, and that's exactly what we planned on doing. It kind of got close at times. We got pretty nervous, but it just feels so amazing.
Hey, Chase, congratulations. Continue to celebrate this win, and best of luck coming up in Bismarck next week.
Thank you.
And
Congrats,
again,
man. Chase
Chase Bachmeyer here with us for the Central Cast Squirrels. We'll take one more break. When we come back, take a look at the final numbers, player of the game, and more. That's all to come here on your LiveEvent.com.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned, and farmers first.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
As we come back here on our post-game show, as we see the Central Cast Squirrels fans continue to celebrate here 44-40. Before we take a look at the final numbers here in this one, let's take a look at some of the other regions across the way. Thompson winners in Region 2. Medina Pingree Buchanan winners in Region 3 over Ellendale. It's the first time in co-op history that MPB has made it. Now, Medina did it in 81, and Pingree Buchanan Kensel did it in 06. How about the Warwick Warriors and Delax Burlington? Two teams been 25 years plus. Warwick, the 6th seed out of Region 4. The Warriors are heading to state for the 3rd time in program history and the first time since 96. Shiloh is in out of Region 5 over Garrison. It's now their 6th consecutive Region 5 title here for the Skyhawks. Region 6, Delax Burlington, the Lakers, the first time since 98, take down Bishop Ryan, who's within walking distance, literally, of the Mounted State Dome. Beulah, the Miners, last made it in 2020, but they've had really good teams with Coach Brandt out there. Beulah upends Bowman County in Region 8. Powers Lake Burke Central, not Powers Lake, but Burke Central added, makes it in Region 8. So taking a look at this, Bryce, from what we're talking about and taking a look at the latest poll, you got to think Central Cass is the prohibitive number 1.
Yep.
More than likely, with Shiloh picking up a win and kind of some of the other teams going down, they're probably the 2 seed. I think you can make a case for Thompson or Beulah at 3 and 4, respectively, if Thompson's the 3 or if Beulah is the 3, probably.
Yep.
Medina Pingree, Buchanan, Warwick probably are unseeded, and then I think between Des Lacs, Burlington, and Powers Lake Burke Central, that's probably your who's the 5th and who's the last unseeded team. Is that fair to say,
Nope,
Bryce?
I totally agree with all of those, and a couple of them are interchangeable, but they're interchangeable at spots that really don't matter. They're going to be playing the same side of the bracket, so I would say you're probably correct there. And there's a lot of teams that haven't been there in a long time, and they're going to bring the entire town, and it's going to be a very exciting tournament, and I can't wait to get down there next week.
All right, let's take a look at some of our Enbridge Energy player of the game in this one. Enbridge Energy, go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. Enbridge for life, and as much as it's easy to say, Bryce, about the likes of a Cole Holzer in this one, I'm going to go with you to the Chase Bachmeyer. What he did defensively, just talk about one more time what Bachmeyer did on both sides of the court, but particularly when he came off the bench, he really set a tone defensively.
I love the energy that he brought to this game tonight, and I love the energy that he brings to this team, and he talked about his role on the team and how he's bought into that role, knocking down that 3 from the corner, taking those charges, and then his biggest contribution to this team was that non-stop, pesky, full-court defense that did not allow Kindred to get comfortable to set up any sort of full on the offense, and that was a direct relation to how hard he wanted it. He just wanted it more than everybody else, and I thought he played a great game, and I think he deserves to be the player of the game.
And now to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match. It's got to be defense from both sides. Central Cass held to a season low in points, 44, but they still won. Here's how crazy a tournament is. They give up the most points on Tuesday against Hankinson, 70 plus. Then they limit Kindred to their season low 40, but the Squirrels have their season low 44, Bryce, survive in advance, and I think the defense was definitely the name of the game here today.
Yeah, that's why the tournament time is just so crazy, and it's hats off to Cass, and just shows that they can win any type of game that you throw at them, and that's the sign of a great team and a sign of a well-coached team. And that's why I think they're going to go down there and they're going to be playing on Saturday night.
That is our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game. Contact the planter experts at planterdoc.com as you get ready for, hopefully sooner rather than later, the spring planting season out there in the upper Midwest. So final numbers look like this here in this one. Central Cass 42% shooting from the floor, 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, 7 of 18 from the line. Kindred shot 36% from the floor, 3 of 15 from the 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Leading point scorers, Holzer with a double-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds, 8 then for Dakota, 8 for Combervig. You had 6 on the way for Chase Bachmeyer, 4 here for Mason Bussey, and 5 by Eli Boer here for the Central Cass Squirrels. While for the Kindred Vikings, they're led by the 15 points for Presley Peraza, 7 of 11 shooting from the floor. Those fouls, though, early definitely changed the complexion of the game. 10 points here for OC with 6 rebounds, 7 on the way for Jorgen Swenson, 2 of 5 shooting from the three-point line. 3 points by Davis with 6 boards, 4 here for Bacco, 1 for Campbell here for the Kindred Vikings. So final words here in this one, Bryce, before I let you go, and thank you for everything this week. What did you make of Central Cass's journey throughout this season? A lot of people pegged them to be here. A lot of people thought that they could be going to Bismarck, check, and now trying to bookend potentially the boys and the state tournament with 2 championships in basketball on the girls' side, which they already did, and the boys' side trying to get there as the number 1, more than likely, overall seed on Thursday.
Yeah, I think they deserve a lot of credit because, like you talked about, they were probably everybody's favorite in the region and one of the favorites throughout the state. And when you have that, that mark, that X on your back throughout the season, and you're getting everybody's best shot every single night, and you still go undefeated, I think that just shows the type of the character of these young men, the coaching staff that they have, and the ability for them to come out and play the game the right way every single night.
Bryce, Thanks so much for your time. Thanks for
Appreciate it.
everything
Love
that you
having
do at
it.
Northern Cass, and this was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I'll be back anytime. I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
That, again, is Bryce Laxall. And before we bid adieu, this is our last video broadcast of the winter sports season between Region 1 and Region 2, and there's a lot of people to thank. And this one first, all the folks at Halstead Telephone Company, all of our tech guys that do a ton of behind-the-scenes work. And when we have phone calls with a half hour before the game starts saying, hey, we have a gremlin in the line, can you help us out? They do the job. Mark Forsett, Justin Brandon, there's a host of others. Thanks to all the crew at R&J Broadcasting. You know who you are. My boss, Jim Burkmeyer. Thank you to all the sponsors here in this one. Again, without the sponsorship throughout not just this tournament, but throughout the season, your live event would not be what it is. And to you, the viewers, we've had some record-breaking viewership this season. Maybe Mother Nature's involved. We like to think maybe it's because of our product that we have on the court as well in terms of the listeners and the watchers at home. Thank you to all of them. Thanks to the Joey Hugheses, the Reggie Funks, the Grace Sleers, the Jake Watrobas of the world who do the behind-the-scenes work. Thanks to the Joel Morgans, the Josh Boykos that do a lot of play-by-play, the Brent Dixon Lisbon, the Nick Furches in Sargent County this season, and to a host of others that I'm even probably forgetting about right now. So if you see anybody involved with your live event, make sure you patronize them. You say thank you for sponsoring. And also, if you see someone in the community that's working as part of these games, just stop by and say thank you for what you do, because I tell you what, when we hear that, that's exactly what we're in the business for, into providing games like this. So I'm Chase Miller. On behalf of our entire crew at your live event, Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting, thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to go to yourliveevent.com for more games on the Minnesota side, and we'll see what we have to offer coming up next week in Bismarck, just dangling that cherry out there as well in terms of at least a social media presence, if not a little bit more. Have a good rest of your Thursday night. Enjoy your weekend. Drive home safely, and go to yourliveevent.com for more information throughout the upcoming spring season. Once we get to spring, it'll happen sometime. Thanks so much, and congratulations to the 23-0 Central Cass Squirrels, who are heading to state for the first time since 2012.